Hello YouTube and welcome to the nation of free to play. I'm Mr. Mondstadt and today I have a Stygian Onslaught video for you. To be more precise, my fearless clear of this run in version Lunar 2 with some yapping on top, so you have some input. So this is not a full guide, this is just my clear with some tips and tricks and how I cleared these bosses on level 5. The first boss, the Herra, I used Hyper Bloom with Lauma. And as you can see, you have to fill up this bar of the boss with elemental attacks. So I just made sure that Xingqiu has his burst and has enough ER and then went solo on Xingqiu so that it gets Hydro infused. And now you're basically fighting the Hydro Tulpa just with more HP. So now I use my EM Raiden and use all the Dendro abilities in my party and spam normal attacks on Nahida because her normal attacks are halfway leveled and Laumas are not. So this is basically how I'm trying to clear this. Important, it will get this state again at around 1 minute between 50 seconds. So which means that with 1 minute and 25 seconds roughly you can use Raiden's E again, but then afterwards you shouldn't because otherwise it will not run out. And what will happen is that you deal Hyperloom damage, so it will become Dendro immune, which we do not want. Instead, we run away until Lauma's E ran out, and then we use Xingqiu's burst again. We just normal attack with Raiden without any Electro or without any Dendro. So that we fill up the bar again, and now it is Hydro infused once again, and also Hydro immune. And now we can use all the Hyper Bloom abilities yet again, and normal attack again with Nahida. So this is basically the strategy. It took me a bit of time to figure this out. But yeah, long story short, just make sure that none of your abilities are active once it gets into the second phase again, where you have to fill up the bar, and then you can just get it done with Hydro and Physical only, and use this to your advantage because now it's basically fighting the Hydro Tulpa, which is very good for Hyper Bloom teams. And we didn't have a lot of spare time here. Yes, it was close, but we did get it. And that's the first boss done. The second boss is the Wild Hunt Lightkeeper, and here I just used my Elite Skirk team and tried to clear this one. Of course, if you have Ascendant Gleam, you'll have a way easier time here. So if you have Nephra and Lauma, or if you have Flins and Inefa, or Flins and Aino, or even Lauma and Aino could work. But I already used my Lauma, so yeah, I just went brute force with Skirk and tried to clear this one as fast as possible. Here I didn't play super optimally. It's better to not kill it entirely and leave a bit of HP left before you start your next rotation. So then you can basically do Skirk's burst and deal a big chunk of damage so that its max HP, its gray bar, will actually get smaller. Here I didn't play this optimally, so I had to do another rotation. Now it's summoning its 2 clones or companions, and yeah, make sure to kill those because otherwise it will heal back up. And ideally you can push them into the big boss as well so that you deal damage to both the 2 companions and to the main enemy itself. So yeah, that's what I tried to do here, but it only worked with one of them. So now I had to focus on the second one so that the C0R0 version doesn't heal up again. And once that one is done, I can go back on attacking the main enemy. And yeah, I also will show my builds later on, and there you will see that I used the Natlan event sword on Skirk because she is shielded in this team for most of the time at least. And that turned out to be stronger than Tidal Shadow at R5, at least for me. So if you have that one, make sure that you bear that in mind when fighting this enemy. That's the last rotation here, and a couple more normal attacks. And for its summons, its clones, yeah, this is it, it's done. With a bit of spare time in the end. And then the last one is the Fatui Operative. This is perfectly for Arlecchino, because you basically have Bond of Life the entire time. So what I tried is just to funnel all the particles to Bennett, so I have his burst, and then just go ham on Arlecchino. You don't really have to worry about refreshing her skill because you have full Bond of Life while the Operative's shield is active. Also, this is a white shield, so if I'm not mistaken, elemental reactions don't really work on it, so you can't melt it. which is why Monopyro with a lot of Rash Red, in this case Xylonen and Vivi from Lanyan, was pretty effective. And yeah, this was overall for me the easiest of the 3 bosses, especially with like full Bond of Life and a strong shielder, in this case Lanyan. You should be able to deal with this rather easily if you have Arlecchino. I'm not sure whether Clorin is strong enough, maybe for stage 5 she is. And yeah, every time you break the white shield, the boss loses a lot of HP as well, which means you basically have to break the shield 3 times and then you should be good to go. And there's not much to this rotation. It's actually not the best gameplay. Lanyan is on Throwing Tails, and yeah, other than that it's just spam normal attacks on Arlecchino. Actually fun. It would be cool if she always had full Bond of Life against every boss, then I think she would actually be more meta than she is, even though she's still good. And yeah, I mean, this one was then rather easy. Now we broke the shield and now we have 20 seconds to spare against this one. So overall pretty doable. And here are my builds. Nahida is a DPS build with Witzith, and then EM, and crit. I don't have a Dendro Goblet on set, so I couldn't really make that work, but this is good enough, 520208. Then Xingqiu is just on a lot of ER with Sack Sword and ER Sands, because it's important that he gets his burst. So there's that. Then Lauma on her usual build with the event weapon, 4-piece Silken Moon and just a lot of EM and ER. That's all. She'll probably never crit with my ratio, but that's fine. Yeah, 29 crit rate, great. And Raiden on just as much EM as I can give her, Dragon's Bane, and then 2-piece with EM main stats all the way. She is crowned, but doesn't really matter here. It's just for her other playstyle. So yeah, that's that. Then the Skirk team. Skirk, as I said, on the Nutlin event sword and her elite set. Overall pretty good build. My best CV build on my account. And her skill is crowned. Then we have Farina. Fav would have been better though, so fun fact, I cleared all of this without any Favonius sword in any of my parties. She's in Golden Troop. I guess Tenacity is technically better on this team, but I was too lazy to switch it up. Then Escoffier, Event Sword from Inazuma, also Golden Troop for some damage, enough ER, that's important, so she heals. And then last but not least, we have Sitlali. She's on Thrilling Tales and hero set for a bit of extra damage bonus, and that's all. And then last but not least, we have Arlecchino. She's on a 3-star weapon actually, White Tassel. On her elite set, Whimsy, and overall pretty good build, lots of crit. So C0 is all of them. Then Bennett, Noblesse, and as much ER as I can give him, Aquila Favonia. I could re-record it without a 5-star weapon because we had 20 seconds to spare, so Sapwood Blade should work as well. But I didn't want to do it all over again. So yeah, Xylonen, defense weapon, again Fav would be better here. And then just 4-piece hero set. And last but not least, Lanyan on 4-piece Vivi and Thrilling Tales, Era 5. And just random stats, bit of attack and ER, that's all that really matters. She's C4, and that's it. That's all. So quick little yap video with some footage. I hope it helps you in clearing Fearless. If it does, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!